the opening statement with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Good evening. Welcome to the opening statement. I'm your host, Dianne Hart, and this evening I have the awesome pleasure of interviewing a young man, Mr. Eric Shubert. He's CEO of What's a Good Bra. It is a social media company. Good evening, Eric. How are you?
How you doing, Miss Dianne? How you doing?
I'm well. So let's just jump right in. Where are you from?
I'm from originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I moved down here like 4 years ago.
And what do you think about this wonderful Sunshine State?
It's something different. Like, don't get me wrong, I miss the snow every now and then. That's probably the only thing I do miss from up top. But I like it though. Except for maybe like July when it gets too hot and you can't come outside until it get nighttime. That's like the only time I don't like it down here. But there's always something to do. You know, it's very vibrant. You know, the people real nice down here. You know, it's opened up a little bit. And Tampa gives me like a little bit of a city enough to where I don't feel like I'm in the country. So I kind of feel like I'm back home. So I like it down here.
What schools did you attend?
I went to Cheney University back up there in Pennsylvania. I graduated in 2007 with Bachelor's of Communications.
Okay. So you're in your field.
Yeah. I just never used it for like maybe 10 years or 15 years.
At what age did you decide that this was the path you wanted to take?
42. I just recently decided to do it when I wrote my book last year. When I came out my book, Broken Lines on April 4th. So I recently decided and found my vision and truth when I came out of rehab last year in January. Because I put myself in rehab for alcoholism. So when I realized, sat there and figured out what my situation was, where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, I went full steam ahead and here I come. What's a Good Bra?
I know that's right. So you started the media company a year ago?
Yeah, April 4th. That was when I came out my book and I was like, all right, we're just going to keep it like this going.
That's great. Well, at least you knew you were willing to face whatever issues you had and to move forward. I hope that this will inspire some other young people or people, period, young or middle age, that know they might be going through something to go ahead and do something about it. So congratulations on doing that.
Thank you.
Was there somebody that influenced you at all, or this was just a dream of yours?
It was like a dream of mine brewing inside. It was like I just couldn't figure out how to get the dream out. Like I started videoing baby like 2022 when my fraternity brothers went down. I remember Omega Psi Phi fraternity. They had a conclave in North Carolina. So I started videoing down there. But it was like I had all this film, I didn't know what to do with it, how to put it out, how to put it together. It was like it was still brewing in my head. And it was like last year, once I figured out I was doing wrong, and I fixed that, everything started going right, and it came right in my head on how I wanted to make everything come blossom.
That's great. Nothing like watching your dreams come true. And I always tell kids that if your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. So we should dream big.
This scares me every day. I'm a year in. I'm still scared every day.
Nothing wrong with it. Well, we're going to take a break and then we're going to come right back and we're going to continue our conversation. Let's pay a couple bills. Hi, this is Dianne Hart. Be sure to catch my shows as we interview politicians and special guests on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on The Opening Statement, the Lit TV network on Roku. Also, watch Where Are They Now as I interview entertainers of yesterday and today at 7:30 p.m. Detroit Hot TV on Facebook. Thank you.
It's a new day for Detroit radio. It's internet radio. Make sure you're streaming in your car. Detroit's digital radio station for a new generation. Detroit Hot Radio. Terrestrial radio can't do what we do because we are setting a new standard in Detroit. The best Detroit artists are here, along with all your national favorites. The most music 24/7 by all your local favorites, like Anita Baker, Michael Henderson, Kim,
so how did you find your way back in
and the Dramatics. If they're from Detroit, they're heard here. This is where Detroit turns for R&B from yesterday and today.
24-karat magic in the air.
DetroitHotRadio.com.
You're watching The Opening Statement with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Welcome Welcome back to the opening statement. I'm your host, Dianne Hart, and this evening I have the privilege and honor of interviewing a young man, Mr. Eric Shubert, who is the CEO of his very own social media company. So let's go. Let's continue. Let's talk a little bit about the type of videos that you are doing now, or you just do any kind of video. So let's talk a little bit about the type of videos that you do, or whatever it is that you may serve people.
So it first started with me. I made a reel of all this content I had together from when my frat brothers came in for the conclave, or just everybody out there. So I made a reel called "What's a Good Bruh?" Basically asking the question. It's like a poem reel. Basically asking the question is, what's the criteria to be a good person? You know, like, because when I came out of rehab, I seen a lot of people get judged, or I might have felt I was judged at certain points. And maybe 70% was me, my brain. When I started this last year, it started from a reel. I made like a real poem called "What's a Good Bruh?" Basically asking the question, the criteria, what's the criteria for a good person? You know, like, because people walk around, like when I got out of rehab, I kind of felt a little judgment. And some people, when they was in it, they feel judged when they come back into the real world trying to play in the real world games. So I wrote that for people, basically saying, like, what makes somebody a good bruh? You know, what makes somebody a good person? What makes somebody a good doctor? Like, so I started with that. And it was after that, I started realizing there's a story in my fraternity, you know, and I was like, I wanted to try to show the story in it, like the good parts of it. You know, I was through college, I lived the bad parts, but it's a total good story. The community service, the connections, the networking, everything that we do outside good that is not shown like that. You know, in like recent years, it was a bunch of bad press and stuff. So I was like, all right, I made it my duty to go to different schools and figure out and film people explaining what's a good bro and showing all the good parts of the fraternity. So I did that for my. I went to Jackson. I went to Alabama, Mississippi. I went a couple places in Florida, Atlanta a couple times, and I plan on going to other places. Like I'm going to California this weekend. Well, next weekend on the 14th. It's called my Sober Road to Cincinnati. So I'm showing each place and each good part that we do in each city and trying to connect and show true brotherhood despite all the other stuff that they show online. So I started doing that for a while, but I was behind the camera and something kept pushing me in front of it, but it was like I was still scared, still kind of like trying to, you know, not show myself really. But then it was like as I got better, I got stronger within myself, and like through therapy, because after rehab I stayed in therapy for the whole year. Through therapy, it was like, all right, it's time for me to come in front of the camera. So now this year I started doing, like, I call myself like a street reporter. I started doing political campaign videos to where I'm like a street reporter, to where I try to make the events come live and give them content that'll last longer than just their one event, instead of just the one in reel that people get in a couple pictures, this and that. Basically connecting them with the people, their audience. And it's like you go to a comedy show. At the end of the comedy show, they have the person at the end of the comedy show and they get to tell how they felt about the comedy, how they feel about that person, stuff like that. I started bringing that to the table. Like, all right, it can help somebody's campaign as well because they get to hear from the people. And now with the age of AI, you can't tell you're not gonna know what's real or not with the age of AI coming. So I tried to bring in the people into action with it. Did you get that?
Wow. So you started doing, you're recording, you're doing work as a street reporter. Now you're out in the front of the camera as opposed to being behind the camera and being that person to shoot. So somebody else is shooting for you?
Yes, I usually would bring my little cousin or a friend, this guy that I met in rehab. We've been friends ever since. So he's kind of like learning the trade with me. Like I'm teaching them things and stuff that how I like it behind it, how I like the edits and stuff like that behind the camera. So even them two be coming along with me sometimes.
That's good because we all need somebody for
Yeah,
sure
yeah. I like
about
to keep
that.
my people close.
Right. What does an average shoot looks like price wise? Not something big and glamorous, but to start out for somebody who may not have a lot of money, but definitely would like to have their story videoed.
Anywhere between 300 and 500, like just one event, anywhere between 300 and 500. But I really usually do 500, but anywhere between 300 and 500. Somebody come to me like that, I would do in between there. Because
Wow.
then I gotta think, I'm not just selling the videos, I'm selling my personality as well. No, I go in there and I pour my personality out and I go meet people and I ask them and make them feel comfortable to try to come and speak. And that's like one of my good parts about my personality, you know? So I'm able to speak in all types of fields, all types of people, anybody.
I know that's right. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with the ability to talk to everybody. So how has the business been?
It just started picking up, like with the people I've gotten on. Like I just did work with what's the mayor candidate Gary Hartfield. I just did some
Uh-huh.
work with him at one of his events this past Saturday. I did this one other guy that was running for Congress, Rob Cooper, and Congress, I think District 16. And I'm currently, I'm working with Miss Robin as well. So I got my 3 people that I've been going hard with. So, it's just starting. Like I just kind of flipped the idea to this maybe like a month ago when I just realized I was at one of the meetings with Miss Robin. And I'm sitting like, hold on, time out. There's a way that we can use the internet way more. Like, because the internet is all about content. There's any way we can use it a lot more and I can help. So I just offered and came up with it.
Right. It's an excellent idea. So do you have a second job, or is that totally what you're doing now?
I used to work for DCF until January 28th. They fired me February 28th because I was there for like 2.5 years. And they fired me February 28th. January 5th this year, New Year's, I came back thinking I was going to work. And they came back and put me on a call with employee relations and said something from 2001 on my criminal background when I was 17 years old came up. So they kept me on there for 2 months, paid leave, and then after that I knew they was gonna fire me anyway, but they kind of helped me. That was like help for me because I see it's like a push into the right direction. Because that December, I told my supervisor, I was like, all right, in February, I'm going to resign. But I was scared. Like, I didn't really have no plan to do it. I just knew I had something in my brain like that can work and can put me through life. But I was still scared by them saying, all right, we're going to put you on paid leave. It was like, all right, I don't have to jump off the roof with nothing. I kind of got a little parachute so I can see. Without them putting me on that leave, I wouldn't be able to meet half of the people I met. Some of the events that I seen you at, I would even been at work. I wouldn't be able to do them events. So it was like a push in the right direction almost. But I don't think they ain't do it for that reason. But it was still like a push in the right direction. Yeah.
So my question to you is, though, how long had you worked for them before they came to tell you about this?
2.5 years.
You worked 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Before they said, we found something in your background that makes you ineligible for this job.
Yeah. That's why my platform is the show. Like when the lady asked said she found something in 2001 and so I was 17, I want to say, man, what did you do when you were 17? I wanted to say that so bad because it was like, okay, I've been working here for 2.5 years. I'm not doing nothing now that's causing you to fire me. Why did something that happened when I was 17 years old? A friend explained to me, said they was making everybody go through them background checks, but it was like, why? Like, all right, give me 5 years. Don't go back. I'm 43 years old right now. 17 years old, I lived the whole life,
Yeah,
so it was.
absolutely. Have you tried to have that expunged from your record?
No, I couldn't do it at the time because I was on probation for a DUI. But it was like even now it's like, why do it? They're gonna judge me. I don't want to. That's why I don't want to go to work. Somebody be like, oh, I'm hiding that part of my past. Why? That's who made me. That's who I am.
It'll only cost you, I understand, about $75. Fill out the papers anyway. They may not even give it to you.
No, I understand it.
That's one thing you can pay for. Everything
No, I understand
that we can move off of our records is always important. And they did that in a lot of companies. So you're not the only one. I was just trying to figure it out when you were saying they went back to when you're 17. I have a young lady that had a nursing facility and they did it to her. She'd had it 20 years. And all of a sudden,
what does that do? The question is why?
Because they can. Because when we understand the power of the vote and making sure that we don't keep allowing these folk to sit in these seats, that they can do all kinds of crazy stuff, the better off we will all be. But at some point, we've got to wake up and realize that voting is the reason why they can do all this mess. And because they can, they do, which is crazy to me. But yeah, this girl had her daycare 20 years.
That's why I kind of like, I'm in a Greek, I'm a part of a Omega Psi Phi fraternity, right? And it's 9 organizations. Part of my platform is to show these organizations like we're stronger together. We have more power than we actually use. Like we don't use none of really. We use maybe 20-25% of it, but we're like the new Black Panthers. But the world sees us as gangsters sometimes. And gangsters, people do rituals, but it's not like that. And if we come together as one, like lately, I've been coming out on my platform showing more. I start opening up to doing every fraternity, every sorority, trying to figure out, show the world what's the history behind them. Cause it's like, why just pick more? I gotta use one. It's all of us together. Like I look at it as night when our founders and all that stuff were created. Our founders ain't walking around wearing our colors and stuff on a shirt because they couldn't for survival back then in them years. Why we gotta let the colors and shirts separate us now? Even though we're together, I just think we need to it's more we can give. And that's why a
Right.
lot of my, especially in these elections, like with me going to certain places, I can ask certain questions to them type people, try to bring them people together. That's what I'm trying to use.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how can people find you?
Oh, they can find me on any social media at I am Shooby Doo or
No, you
what's a good
said that
bright.
so people don't know what you said. How can they find you?
They can find me on any social media at I am Shooby Doo, IAMSHUBBYDOO.
They can find you on any social media.
IAMSHUBBYDOO.
I am Shooby Doo.
Yes, ma'am. It's like my
Really?
last name, Shooby, like Scooby Doo. It's like Shooby Dooby Doo.
On
For
Shooby Doo. For an email, where would they send an email?
what's a good bruh at yahoo.com. WHATSAGOODBRUH at
What's a
yahoo.com.
good job
Yes,
at
ma'am.
Yahoo? And if is there a phone number that they can reach you on?
835 234 1506.
Repeat it again, please.
835 234 1506.
Okay, that's 835-234-1506. They can reach you by phone or they can find you on any social media outlets as I am Shooby Doo. SHUBBYDOO. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And they can also send an email. You need an easier email address. I got time to trying to figure all of that out.
I'm gonna create a new one just for you. I'm gonna create a new one just for you.
Simple the better. Okay, so they can reach you at what's a good bruh at Yahoo.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you all listen. You're in need of something to be videoed, church event, college event, kids' birthday parties, any of those items. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's run down right quick. What kind of videos will you prepare for individuals? Let them hear it from you.
I was sure their story. I believe every video has a story. Like even with elections, even with court trials, the best story wins. With books, with movies, the best story wins. I know how to show the story. I don't just put. I don't just like. I'm not just a cameraman. I don't just go get a picture of you and say, "All right, I'm gonna post this." No, I put a whole story in it. I let the person that's looking at it. If they don't know that person by the end of that video, they know a little small bit, and they want to know more. That makes them keep going to their page.
I know that's right. So you want to tell their story. Is that
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
So let me ask you this. What kind of advice would you give an up and coming young person that wants to follow in the footsteps that you have created for yourself?
Keep going. Keep going. It's gonna be times. It's not easy, and it's gonna be times when you feel like, man, I might as well revert back to my old self. I revert back to stuff that used to calm me or help my life. But no, you have to keep going and realize that that dream and that goal and that hard work is what's now going to soothe your life and your heart. You know, like it's been times during this I've wanted to give up 1,000 times, and people told me go get a job. Like, why would I do that? Like, I didn't work too hard for this. I didn't started this. Like, I'm all right. I'm gonna keep going no matter what I got to do to keep this dream going. I didn't keep going. Like when they first fired me, I think I took a trip to Atlanta. I promise you, for 2 weeks, I went and gave plasma so I could have enough money to go up there to get, for gas and a hotel to make sure I could just film people. And I was doing it for free. And it was like just so I could film people just for my platform so I could grow my algorithm. Man, I'll do anything to it. So just keep going.
I know that's right. So is your algorithm growing? Like
Yes,
you
man.
know?
Everything's strategic. And nothing I've done is by accident. I may not know how to explain it sometimes, but in my brain, it's another check box that I already have written down. Can't give up on anything that's that. In the past, when I was younger, before I decided to go to rehab and clean myself of alcohol, I really didn't finish. I would start stuff and not finish. When I came out of rehab, I told myself I'm not stopping anything. So that's why I did whatever I could do to keep going. And it's got me at stages that I never would believe. When I started this a year ago, I never believed I was sitting here having a conversation with you. I never did. Just off of one, started from one reel, one poem, one day of me having like a whole like episode, like, all right, what am I going to do? Trying to figure out. And I just put it on paper. Then I recorded it. And then boom.
I know that's right.
Mm.
So anything's possible. So don't give up your dream, no matter what's going on. Now, how many times people tell you you can't do that?
They still tell me. It don't never stop. They still tell me, but that's fuel for me right now.
I
I
know
like
that's
that.
right.
This world we live in an underdog world. Why you think Rocky keep getting remade 1,000 times? The world love an underdog. They want to see the comeback. I'm gonna show
I
them a
know
nice
this.
one. I'm gonna show them with a nice smile. You know.
Well, I'm very proud of you. And listen, it's a pure honor to have this opportunity to interview you this evening. Listen, because I know what it's like to just walk out on faith and say, you know what? I'm going on out here to do this. That's what I did over 40 some years ago when I started my beauty salon. I just retired early. I was in my 20s and said, hey, General
Hmm.
Telephone, I'm done. It's now my turn.
I kind of like that too. I moved from Philly to Florida. Like I got an uncle that live in Apollo Beach,
Apollo
and a
Beach.
cousin live in and a cousin that lives in what's the other one? I forget. Near Waimama. My cousin live up there, but that's
Right.
far from Tampa. And I
Riverview,
wasn't driving
Alabama.
when I first got out here. Yeah, so I was Ruskin. She lives in Ruskin.
Oh,
So, but I
Rusty.
wasn't driving, so it's like I was down here by myself. I didn't have nobody. I had to force myself to meet people. I had to force myself to get out there and make these introductions. Force myself to talk to people, and that's the part I really like. Like, it forced myself to do something I probably back at home would have felt in my comfort zone. This put me out of my
Right.
comfort zone, but it brought me to a good spot.
That's right. Well, I'm very proud of you. Listen, you can watch me every Wednesday night on the opening statement on Roku on the Lit TV network at 7 o'clock. That's every Wednesday night. Then also catch my shows on Thursday night on Detroit Hot Television Facebook. And that show is Where Are They Now? That's a show where I interview entertainers and musicians and those kind of folk. And then on my opening statement, I interview people like yourself, business people, young people who are doing something positive that our other young people can learn that, hey, we can all do it, but you have to be willing to put in the work to get it done. So, absolutely. Like and subscribe to my YouTube. If that is at Dianne Hart 2126, hit the bell, please. And every time I put up a video, so it'll notify you. So I want to thank you, Eric, for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm going to see you somewhere soon.
I look forward to doing some more videos with you. You'll see me. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Diane. Have a nice day.
You too, darling. Bye-bye.
But I knew something wasn't right. But since he paying my bills, I guess I'ma be alright. I know he's cheating, I know he cheat, but I don't really give a damn. No, I don't. I know he's cheating, I know he cheat, but I don't really give a damn. No, I don't. He came home late one night, ooh, smelling really sweet. He jumped in the shower, y'all, and jumped into the sheets. I rolled my back and turned, y'all, and went right off to sleep. Yeah, I really ain't got time for your lie. Well, I'm finna catch a sheep. Well, but I knew something wasn't right. But since he paying my bills, I guess I'ma be alright. I know he's cheating, I know he cheat, but I don't really give a damn. No, I don't. I know he's cheating, I know he cheat, but I don't really give a damn. No, I don't. I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him go, no. That's my man, and I love him for sure. Yeah. What you wanna do with it? If I give it to you, what you gonna do? I'm that kind of lady, you're that kind of man. Touching me on the floor, caress me with your hand. Ain't nobody tonight gonna do me right like you. Yes, I'm with you, baby, let's see what it does. As I move my body from left to right, boy, you got that swag on, you're looking out of sight. You smelling sexy with that good cologne. Keep on dancing on me, baby, you really turn me on. You can do what you gotta do. So while you're tripping, I can see you tripping, baby. You can do what you gotta do. So while you're tripping, I can see you illin', baby. As we leave the club, you know it's time to go back to your crib, babe. Hurry up and slam that door. The clock is ticking like 1, 2, and 3. Can't you feel this heat, babe, jumping right off of me? You said you ain't never felt no one like this. As you grab my hand, we hug and kiss. I said I'm yours today, and I'm sexy brown. When you come for me, boy, you know how it goes down. You can do what you gotta do. So while you're tripping, I can see you tripping, baby. You can do what you gotta do. So while you're tripping, I can see you illin', baby. You can hug me from the front, you can hug me from the back. Make me grab my head, babe, I'm gonna have a heart attack. You can squeeze me from the right, you can squeeze me from the left. Make me grab my legs, babe, I'm running out of breath. You can hold me from the front, you can hold me from the back. Make me grab my legs, babe, I want it just like that. You can kiss me on the right, you can kiss me on the left. Make me grab my legs, baby, I'm running out of breath. You can do what you gotta do. So while you're tripping, I can see you tripping, baby. You can do what you need to do. So while you're illin', I can see you illin', baby. You can do what you gotta do, baby. You can do what you need to do. So while you're tripping.
Hi, this is Dianne Hart. Be sure to catch my shows as we interview politicians and special guests on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on The Opening Statement, the Lit TV network on Roku. Also, watch Where Are They Now as I interview entertainers of yesterday and today at 7:30 p.m. Detroit Hot TV on Facebook. Thank you.